Welcome to my booth. I'm Jay. Today's sample is from Marielle. It's a selection of Sherlock Holmes. Very exciting. You know I'm a big fan of Sherlock Holmes. And looking for any acting tips and or audio quality tips that we can provide, we got your back, Marielle. Before we dive in, hey, if you want to send me a sample like this, please do. I love doing this. Do a video like this every Thursday. There's a form in the description to fire away, and I'll get to it ASAP. If you're interested, you can support these efforts by becoming a booth buddy. Gives you a little bit of priority access to feedback like this and stuff like that. And thanks for being here. If you want to click the buttons, you know, I would appreciate it. If not, no harm, no foul. Let's dive in.
At the sound of our steps, he glanced round and sprang to his feet with a cry of pleasure. "I found it! I found it!" he shouted to my companion, running towards us with a test tube in his hand. "I have found a reagent which is precipitated by hemoglobin and by nothing else." Had he discovered the gold mine, greater delight could not have shone upon his features. "Dr. Watson, Mr. Sherlock Holmes," said Stamford, introducing us. "How are you?" he said cordially, gripping my hand with a strength for which I should hardly have given him credit. "You have been in Afghanistan, I perceive." "How on earth did you know that?" I asked in astonishment. "Never mind," said he, chuckling to himself. "The question now is about hemoglobin. No doubt you see the significance of this discovery of mine." "It's interesting, chemically, no doubt," I answered, "but practically? Why, man, it is the most practical medical legal discovery for years."
So good, Marielle, so good. In terms of acting notes, you know, you're killing it. You're knocking it out of the park in a lot of respects. Specifically, the different characters are very distinct. The acting in them, this moment right here.
"Never mind," said he, chuckling to himself.
Beautiful. Never mind, said he. Love it. And the
"I found it! I found it!"
I mean, get out of town. You're killing the game. And then Watson, of course, being the perennial observer, as we know and love him. You've got a great Watson as well.
"It's interesting, chemically, no doubt," I answered, "but practically?"
And the flow there, too, it's interesting, chemically, no doubt, I answered. The flow from speech to, from dialogue to narration, excellent. No notes. So, yeah, killing it. My one thought is this fellow.
Had he discovered the gold? "Dr. Watson, Mr. Sherlock Holmes."
Granted, he's only got one line here, so it may be easier to distinguish him, Mr. Stamford versus Mr. Sherlock Holmes and Watson. It may be easier to distinguish him from the others in context of the full story, so I'm not terribly worried about it, but you could perhaps distinguish him a little bit further if you wanted to, but that's me being super duper nitpicky in general. And I know you said that, well, you made note that English is not your native tongue, but in case it's helpful to you, just because I've worked with some speech coaches before to help folks like change or modulate their accents for stuff if they're interested in it. There are a few things that you can listen for because like right now, the music of your, what I would presume native tongue is gorgeous. And the way it marries with the English words in terms of phrasing is one of the things that you can listen for. So as you listen to references now this is kind of an exception here with this sample in particular because Sherlock Holmes is not American English, but it's British English, and it's fairly dated in terms of like late 19th century, early 20th century in terms of the speech patterns. So, all that to say, the references there may be a little bit wonky. Anyway, the way that accents work can help inform things like that. So, if that's of interest to you, spend time listening to the music of the phrasing. And the thing that helped me in particular with learning different accents, and the music in particular, is if you trace it in a way, like you're playing music or something. So if I were to sort of backtrack yours, had he discovered a gold mine versus had he discovered a gold mine? Had he discovered a gold mine would be my British version. If that's helpful for you. If that's not a goal of yours, no sweat. But in case anybody else out there had that on the brain, I thought I would offer it. And let me know if you would like more tips like that. And I'd be happy to talk about what I know and what I don't. And then, in terms of audio quality, there are a few things that you can do that will just amplify things even more so and make it better. First things first, there are a little bit of reflections going on in your space, meaning it doesn't sound as though you've got as much padding, whatever this acoustic treatment around your space as maybe you could. So let's give it a listen real quick.
At the sound of our steps, he glanced round and sprang to his feet with a cry of pleasure.
So if there's any spaces that don't have acoustic treatment around you in your recording space, you can just take note of those and maybe try padding them out a little bit. It's not enough to really bother me, but that's one thing that you could do. And the other thing in terms of this, is it normalized to -3? No, but it's pretty close. So in terms of your audio here, it looks pretty level overall, but then we have this one little outlier that's just a random peak here. And there are a few ways to handle this kind of thing in general. One, we can just lower that peak manually so that it's more in line with everything else. And then when I normalize my audio to -3, which is kind of standard procedure for most auditions and stuff like that, -3 is a good level, then it's just a bit louder and will... because there's a subliminal thing when people are listening to auditions or samples where if, say, I'm listening to 20 samples and 15 of them all have the same audio level, but then I get to one that's quieter than the rest, a part of my brain might go, oh, that's just not as good. Even if I know that maybe it was just not turned up or maybe not adjusted in post or something like that. Casting directors sometimes will just like, it's too quiet, and they subliminally might think that it's just not as good when your performance might be as brilliant as this. So now that it's louder...
At the sound of our steps, he glanced round and sprang to his feet with a cry of pleasure. I found it! I found it!
It's just a really subtle difference that you can do, a really small tweak that'll help you out. And there are other things that you can do, but just make sure that you're normalizing stuff to -3. And if you want to treat your space a little bit more, that will help as well. But Marielle... you're killing the game. Let us know if you got more stuff coming up, because you got a fan. You got a fan in me. For the rest of you, I hope this was helpful as well. And until the next one, I'll catch you there. And be well. Toodles.